Hello, friends. It's the Cinemondo podcast with Kathy and Mark and me, Burk, talking about movies and trailers
and tax evasion
and tax time is coming up. Have you guys collected all of your documents and prepared your tax forms?
Why is it so hellish? I can see why people want to evade taxes because it's so hellish to do it. It's like every year you're kind of surprised how bad
they should do that for you. You know, that should be part of the process. Is like all your stuff gets done and you just get a check in the mail.
It should be that way, but my account always says, we'll push it off until October. We'll push it off until October. And I'm like, it just sort of like lingers over the course of the summer.
Hanging over
like, come on, I just want to pay it and move on with my life, but it never kind of works out that way. But
so we're feeling for the victims here.
Before we talk about taxation, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We're over 56,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for letting us hit that threshold. Let's keep going. We want to.
You know what I always keep at. You guys know this about me. I'm always talking about how I wish there was a movie about taxes and about like tax stuff because
there's not enough of those really.
Yeah, you never watched 1040 Part 1?
No, I've seen the entire all 7 seasons of W2 though.
W2 is really good.
Yeah.
What about W1? The first one they did. W2.
Yeah. That was But you know what, Burke? Don't you talk about that in your book? Don't you have a section on tax films?
Tax section.
In my book, did you say?
Yes.
Oh, it's interesting. I actually have a book. Coincidentally, I wrote this book.
That's right.
And it's the volume 1 Cinemondo book. And Mark and Kathy are both working on theirs at this moment. And it's
I can't do it because I'm doing my taxes. So
it's just filled with words.
It's really great stuff. Burke knows his movies.
Musicals. No, there's no music.
And he does his 100 favorite films, but in 10 different sort of categories, whether it is horror or whatever. You explain.
It's 100 of my favorite films because I have so many. People always ask me, "What are your favorite movies?" And I'm like, I have too many favorite movies to put them to say, like, especially if somebody said, "What's your favorite movie?"
Impossible.
What is your single favorite movie? I'm like, this is a beginning. This is volume 1 of me talking about my favorite movies.
Need to do the audio version.
Does it come with a thumb drive that has all the PDF tax return documents needed? That would be cool.
On the sales.
That's a great idea. Yeah.
It's a great idea.
A free subscription
worldwide.
to Tax Boss or whatever they call it.
All right. Enough of that.
Or send your taxes to me and get a dyslexic person to do your taxes.
At a discount.
No, what you need is Ajay Devgn to come and do your taxes for you. Because I think that's what this is about, is he actually does your taxes. I think that's the terror of this. That's a horror film.
The terror of taxes.
It's called Raid 2, and it's a Hindi crime thriller that, as Kathy mentioned, stars Ajay Devgn and directed by Raj Kumar Gupta. Comes out May 1st worldwide. Sequel to the 2018 film called Raid. And does it have to do with kind of like tax evaders and
I don't know,
things like that?
It says white collar crime, which always seemed to involve taxes on some level.
Gotcha.
And a good storyteller can make a story like that
I think
compelling and interesting. I mean, it actually, when you think about it, it's probably like a nail biter. Think about how you feel when you're doing your taxes, and
I don't know if I can.
I got audited once and spent the full day at the IRS office back in Philadelphia many years ago, and you
felt like a criminal. I'll bet, right? The whole time.
I was just looking at me, and at the end of the day,
the whole time.
Yeah,
the guy was very nice at the end of the day.
Didn't do anything.
All right, let's take a
look.
Let's
check it out.
How scary is this?
Let's see. Let's see how this trailer works. All right, ready?
Okay.
And.
ताऊ जी टैक्स का मामला फाइल देकर तभी के तभी सुलझाया जा सकता था। क्या जरूरत थी एक सरकारी ऑफिसर के लिए राजा जी की फौज बुलाने की?
किसका नाम ले लिया सुबह सुबह? पता नहीं किसकी जिंदगी झंड कर रहा होगा पटनायक को। 75वीं रेड डाल रहा है दादा भाई के घर में।
shoes are brand new.
Bought those tax free.
से चक्र
Yeah.
में रचने
Sure.
लगे। मैंने कब कहा कि मैं पांडे हूँ? मैं तो पूरी महाभारत हूँ।
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they showed his shoes a lot, so they must be
Yeah.
important.
Shoes. and
Hard to say
sunglasses.
much about this trailer. I mean, it looks like it's nicely produced. It looks like it's somewhat realistic, and except for the slow motion sunglasses scene, it's
No, that's how everybody looks putting on their sunglasses.
So he's raiding a tax evader, I guess, and maybe this guy is the 75th, and this guy is a bad dude, and he's hiding taxes for some sort of nefarious reason or something. And then
looks like
He
a
looks
lot
like-
of
He
money
looks
that
like
they're
organized
covering. Or
crime laundering. Like he's probably
Yeah.
like way beyond like, oh, I didn't pay all my taxes. I'm sneaky. It's like it looked like it was a huge criminal enterprise, and so they're
Yeah.
really trying to bring him down using the tax code, which is
it
how we
could
got
be one of
some of our biggest criminals.
Yes, it could be one of those things where they're using the tax thing to get the bad guy for all the other things he's doing.
kind of an Al Capone thing back here in
Yeah.
the
Oh.
US many years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
The actor who
Al
was in
Capone.
Blade. What was his name again?
What's that?
Wesley Snipes?
Yes, Wesley Snipes, right?
Oh,
Oh,
yes, that's right.
He
had
was
some
in
ta-
jail for like 20 years. It was
that's
insane.
right.
Something
Yeah.
crazy.
and
so
some other celebs have had
evasion is
tax
serious.
issues.
Oh,
Is-
yeah.
I think it's okay to evade taxes now with the new president in office. I think get rid of all that. So we're
It's
allowed not
encouraged,
to pay
apparently.
taxes.
It's smart.
It's okay.
We
means you're
encourage,
smart.
yes, if you're out there, don't
Encourage
pay your
not-
taxes.
Wear
Yeah.
sunglasses, don't pay taxes. That's sort of the new rule in America.
Unless you're another kind of person, unless
Yeah.
you're the wrong kind of
Mhm.
person.
Yeah, I know. It's like it's ugly. But I did like I love the actor who plays the villain.
Ritesh Deshmukh, I think.
Ritesh Deshmukh. He looks really cool. He looks very like kind of smoldering, kind of
Yeah.
like
He had a
calm.
bit of a smile on his face on the phone,
Always
meaning
kinda-
like
Yeah.
maybe there's a little bit of a wink, like he's
Yes.
it's not going to be so like that kind of thing.
I mean,
bad
you get
guy.
these cops coming to get you, and it's a big, they had a big group of them led by Ajay Devgn coming to your house in their sunglasses, looking really cool and badass. It's like he's like, whatever.
Yeah. He's got a
He does.
plan. I think
Yeah.
he's got some kind of plan.
He's like, you're not.
They're going to
taking my
get there.
tax."
It's going to be like in The Dark Knight. They're going to get to the bank, and it's like all the money's going to be gone.
It's gonna be gone. All those taxes are just gone.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. Now, I like these kind of like sort of cat and mouse, criminal white collar stuff is really fun. They seem
Yeah,
like
it can
they're
be.
pretty grounded. There's a little bit of slow motion, but they're not. I think there's an explosion in there. But
Yeah.
it's going to be a big crime boss getting pulled
If
down.
if it's more of a thriller, which I love thrillers, versus like an action film, and I think that's what we're getting here is a thriller with aspects of whatever, like you said, white collar crime or whatever. Yeah, it looks from the trailer, it looks wet your whistle and see if it
Yeah.
Wet your whistle.
yeah.
I didn't see anybody getting knocked off a motorcycle with a cudgel, so
No.
I'm feeling like this might be a little bit more street level. Like you always use that term because I tend to prefer films that have that element of reality to them, so that I'm not thrown out of the story by things that are kind of jarring, as far as like the cool guy stuff and lighting your cigarette from a hot machine gun and those kind of cool guy things that you see.
I love those cool guy things.
Well, they're cool if that's what you're going in for,
Or if that's what you really do, like what I do at
Yeah.
Yeah.
after
We
my
look like that.
after my dinner.
Devgn is always like one of those cool, like strong guys, but not overly. Like he can go both ways. Like he can handle the big stunts.
if he can
Also
get hurt,
cool, dramatic
that's always a good element to have in a
If he can
story.
get hurt,
If he's not like completely super powered and unable to be damaged, because what you want to see in a story, if you want to worry about a character, is they also have to have some vulnerabilities. I mean, that's always been the thing about superheroes. They always have to have their weakness and so you still have a little bit of worry in the back of your mind that he might not make it. Is he going to make it? And
does this guy look like he's gonna make it? I think he is. I think
yeah.
he
Why
does.
is that American money flying around him?
I don't know.
Is this like the American
Maybe
version
a
of the
fan
poster?
poster. I don't know. It's hard to
Ah.
tell. It's IMDb, but it's like,
Well, it's interesting, Raid, because Raid 2, there was another Raid 2.
Yeah.
Like the Indonesian, sort of incredible sort of action thriller that was directed
Yes,
by
yeah.
Gareth Evans.
yeah,
Right.
God, those were great.
Amazing. So it's interesting they're using the same exact title for both films, Raid and Raid 2. That's what I think of. I think of that, but this is a.
But the
different-
the Indonesian raid movies were fantastic, and they were that sort of like action all happening in one place, like confined. And then he directed the Gangs of London.
Yeah.
And then that was like
Oh.
they had a great scene that was heralded back to the raid where they did this big raid on a house where these
Right.
people were hiding out. Oh
Yeah.
God, the most incredible
He's
episode.
very talented. He's a Welsh
so good.
filmmaker that made movies over in Indonesia.
But he didn't do this. This is a different.
No. This is
talented
not, this is
filmmaker.
not directed by him. So, but it looks good. It's coming out May 1st. I'm sure there'll be a full trailer coming within the next couple of weeks, and we'll check it out when it comes out.
Yeah, that was definitely. Oh wait, I got one more poster. That's
Okay.
better. This looks official because it looks way more better produced than the other ones. But we got like, here he is sitting in all the taxes that guy didn't pay.
But this is probably for the first film.
Oh, hold on. This is for the first film where he looks really cool. This is the first one, and
Yeah.
then we have the second one.
Gotcha.
Okay.
It's all money,
And gold bars, it looked like.
money. Yeah, gold bars. Anything you can put in a room like that and hide, and not pay taxes
You
on.
can sit on like a throne.
Ray
Sometimes I
two.
pile all my money in gold up and then sit on it like a throne.
It's fun to just kind of lay in it
I have a pile of pennies right on my bed. I don't know why.
on your bed.
I know it's weird.
All right.
Okay.
No kink shaming here. It's fine.
Yeah. All right.
All right,
everybody.
you guys. Let us know what you think. If you have any details on Raid 2, then tell us what you think of Raid 1.
And just let us know if you've already filed your taxes and if you feel good about it.
You
this
paid in
year.
taxes, what that was like.
Yeah. And if you can recommend a tax preparer, that might be helpful too.
That would be nice.
Bye,
All
everybody.
right, bye.